Right, welcome back to another video. And you've seen the ones I've done about the Rolf Harris and Stuart Hall. Right, I was basically pointing out how the Islamic idea seems to be running through them hexes. So when you got you've got Rolf Harris, you've got Sharia, right, and in this, I didn't know this, in Islam, say human sexuality is governed by Islamic law, Sharia. So when you have the Rolf Harris idea, it's coming under this type of idea of the Sharia law, right? So there's obviously something in this, the Sharia idea, because as we know, sort of like the Western world is becoming Islamic. It's only like a matter of years before they basically swap over to Muslim and Islam being the sort of state religions or whatever. You just see it commonly. But when you have the Rolf Harris, you basically got the Sharia law, right? I've seen the video of the Sharia and the law, LUR law. So it's a Sharia law idea, right? Of course, the idea of a didgeridoo, and two little boys is obviously why they choose this one as the pedo idea, tying in with that, this sort of one here, who's meant to be Muslim, is going on about this stuff, like as if it happened, like, you know what I mean? Of course it didn't happen. That's interesting there, right? Free EAW correspondent blasted for his positive take on paedophile Rolf Harris, right? Yeah, again, right, I didn't know this. Yeah, I did one of the videos on the WAS sector on the BitChute platform. I didn't see this one at the time, and the SAW stands for Salahu ala Wasalam, right? Which is, it's like the SAW idea is, it's very much in the the Islam tradition and that. SAW, see? So when you have that WAS scepter in the Egyptian religion, it's basically it's referring directly to this stuff. And basically, someone was saying this the other day, right? They said, because I pointed out in one of our videos, right, that Gary Glitter is in the Muhammad and the Baphomet are basically the same, right? The Muhammad and the Baphomet. Basically, someone said was that there was a Muslim, and the Baphomet's like a sort of false idea. It's like an antichrist idea of Muhammad or whatever. But I'm not sure about that stuff. But it's definitely coded in the same manner, right? So I'm just gotta show like the codes, right? And if you didn't know, Prophet Isa, like Jesus is called Isa, right? Or as in the Islam, right? So it's like, when you see everything about ISIS and ISIL and all these ideas, it's basically, it's all referring to the same stuff. Like terrorist organisations called ISA and all this KBC, it's just like total BS, right? Dawa. And again, read. If you didn't know, the River Isis is in Oxford. So when you have the Jesus idea, basically it's Jesus is based on a sort of Egyptian or Islamic goddess type of idea, right? Because now there are trances. So this Isis idea is basically referring to an Eastern trans goddess, right? And that's where all the sort of these worship type of idea, ISIS level. Of course, they love the Eastern stuff, and the alien news and that basically comes from these people, like Oxford University. So they're basically doing the hexes, the Pedro hexes. But, Rolf Harris and Savile and all that, Gary Glitter and all that. ISIS. Again, with the type of scepter, that's not quite the was scepter, like, but all, pretty similar type of ideas, really. So Isis goddess, so basically, this winged goddess from Africa or Egypt. And Egypt is Islamic, right? Totally Islamic. Is representing the trance. And there's the hormones idea, like what you see on Moses. So the wings represent the trance, and this is basically the Eastern goddess. So that's behind, Jesus, and then all that stuff. Probably Muhammad as well, you know what I mean? Mother goddess of ancient Egypt. Of course, they love to use magic and hex. So I'm just recapping the chords in this one, right? As you see, a lot of Gary Glitter's album covers. There's the Islamic moon, right? The crescent moon. And obviously the JJ Gary Glitter, right? The JJ Gary Glitter is like the Takbir, see? Meaning God is the greatest. The JJ, the Gary Glitter, right? And as you see here sitting on the rainbow, right? As you see here, sitting in a Baphomet type of pose, right? Or in the Baphomet pose with the finger up and that, right? But not someone was saying to us and that, they were saying that, like there's two versions of Muhammad or something, right? But I don't know as much about, Islam and not to know basically, but basically Baphomet. Basically Baphomet is Muhammad, right? So basically the same thing and all that. So again, like the two little boys idea of Rolf Harris. You've got a Knights Templar, right? So it'll be the same as the two little boys. Of course, the Islamic Crusades idea, the Islamic Crusades, right? So what the story they give you about the Islamic Crusades is that they were like crusading against Muslim. It was like Christians battling against Muslim to stop the spread of Islam or something, right? But again, we know how much lies and sort of BS to put in, right? So maybe the crusade is to get the Islam in to the Western societies. You know what I mean? Maybe that's the realities of the crusade type of idea. You see, Knights Templar, it was a Catholic military order. So as far as I'm concerned, all the religions come from the same source, which is these very wealthy trannies, like trans, and there's the Fatimid Caliphate, a sort of ruling class tea drinkers, right? But all religions seem to be the same, and they're about making trances, basically. Again, they see, some 19 and 9/11 codes, so obviously they're always doing this same codes. 7/11 or 9/11 all the time. And someone told us the other day about the Jerusalem, meaning it's a connective idea, meaning all the religions basically connect with each other in order to make Jerusalem. So your Jews, your Islam, and your Christian and everything basically come together, connect together. And that'll be the sort of the coming of the New Jerusalem idea, which makes a bit of sense, like. And the Kent idea there, of course, we know what that's to do with Freemasonry. So it's, there's a lot of things will link Islam, Christianity, Judaism, all together, and that's basically the trans idea, even the devil and God and everything, linked together. And then there's the ideas about Muhammad being a pedophile, right? So if you look at these pedophile hexes, right? These pedophile hexes, what are doing in the Western media? Is it a preparation for this? Is the preparation for, like I say, the Sharia law idea, right? And they see 1.9 billion followers, always like 9/11 or something. People say that there was only one God, Allah. And like Stuart Hall, right? Like Stuart Hall. Yeah, Allah, Stuart Hall. Again, part of this pedophiles idea, right? And there's the shamed, like Muhammad, or the James, in their big bold capital letters, like, See here we dub Abbasids. You get a lot of Sid in there, this Islam and all. We choose black, blue, forward black banners. So the black standard, and there becomes blue, right? So you get blue, you get this blue mosque, which is in I think it's Iran or something, called the Blue Mosque. But you also have Blue Lodge Freemasonry. Blue is used once in the Quran. And you basically have the Blue Lodge, the Blue Quran. So you have the Blue Quran. Yeah. It's apparently the mysterious nature of the Word of God. Blue parchment. Of this English boy band thing. Simon Webb, Duncan James. Blue, a very popular pop group. James. And you have the Blue Lodge Freemasonry. So what, is the Blue Lodge Freemasonry something to do with the Islamic stuff, you know what I mean? Obviously, like the Shriners, the Shriners is a Freemasonic organisation. It's very Islamic, isn't it? Some Islam related symbolism. So all Freemasons, have an Islamic origins, like. The torpedoes, right, were created by Cornelius Drebin and the Emperor King James I. So that's what these pedo hexes are. They're firing torpedoes at people's minds. See?